Okie dokes, back into Nightmare Zone, episode 23. Yes, we just did, wait, not 23, 33. I would have lost a few episodes there. No, episode 33. So today is the second recording I'm doing, so I'm actually doing 2 episodes in one day. That's because the doctor's appointment threw me off, and so I fell behind, so I got to do 2 episodes, which, fortunately, doing the Heartland series, I'm already used to doing 2 episodes a day. I already know what to expect. But, so I did episode 32, edited it, rendered it out, uploaded it. That's why it appeared later in the day. And now I'm going to do 33, render it, and then have it upload overnight, so that we'll be back on track. It's so important to actually have the episodes done in advance because, like, the computer and the internet are basically unusable during it. When you're rendering, you can't really do too much else because you're eating into your CPU power to render the video, and then when you're uploading, you can't really use the internet because it's just going to extend the amount of time that the upload takes because you're eating into your bandwidth. So it really just needs dedicated time alone, which is why, like, perhaps one day if the channel grows in power, I might buy 2 computers. So basically 1 additional computer. That way I can have 1 computer explicitly rendering and another computer... Oh, we need to build more of this stuff. And then 1 computer would be able to do something else. I need extractions. Go ahead and make 2. And we've got a ton of Molotovs. Let's just throw some Molotovs. And I will bring the pyro launcher as our insurance weapon. Alright, so let's also go ahead and activate this. We're not going to be using it immediately, but we are nearly done. All we're going to do is... I want to burn these in order to buy myself some time. And while I'm in the area, I might loot some of these as well. So yeah, we'll try to kill 2 birds with 1 stone here. So, one of my viewers asked about upgrading vehicles and whatnot. The reason why I don't upgrade vehicles is because the vehicles that I enjoy using are really bad for upgrading, because if you upgrade them, they lose their unique features. For example, this vehicle here is my favorite cargo vehicle. If you upgrade it, it will go down from 8 slots in here to 6, and that's not worth it. This vehicle, if you upgrade it, it will lose the radar on top. And these are the 2 vehicles that I want to use. These are my favorite types of vehicles, and so upgrading them would actually be a downgrade. I want to repair it. And then, you know, there is the van. The meat wagon can't be... I mean, maybe I don't even know if the wizard van can be upgraded. Typically, the special vehicles won't accept upgrades. But even if they did, we don't use them.
So if zombies are so stupid, how come they travel in hordes? They're smart enough to understand safety in numbers. What else do they know?
Okay, let's go. But that's why I don't upgrade vehicles, because the vehicles I want to use would actually be downgraded. They would actually lose their unique characteristics from being upgraded, and then there'd be no point in using them. Which is ironic, because I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It's bad because it means that upgrading vehicles, that's like an entire mechanic that I just have no use for. But on the other hand, it's good because it means that there are really awesome vehicles, very specific vehicles, that are actually better to not upgrade. I think that's actually pretty interesting. So I have no idea. You tell me what you think about that. Is it good that there are vehicles so interesting that upgrading them actually makes them worse?
Fire in the hole!
Or do you think that's bad? Oh, they bashed that door open fast. Go ahead and throw a few of these in here.
This should mean we don't have to feel so worried
Very
about
clean.
infestations for a bit.
So one of the things we want are materials, because we're low on that. We could have taken another material outpost, but I wanted the additional bed space so that we could just get additional...
Is that it?
Oh wow, that sucked. Get additional people in. So I'd like to have a few extra beds so that we can rotate through people where necessary.
Nice.
Take that. Okay, this will probably have the material rucksack. So what we're going to do is we're probably just going to do one more sweep. Some extra seeds don't hurt. Take what we can. Look for anything interesting remaining, and then we're just going to move on to Drucker County. And I am probably going to take the strip mall, because that's what everyone is talking about, the strip mall. We got 2 material locations. And we've got this here. We might be able to get ammo there. Do we need ammo? Actually, no, we don't. So let's instead go here. So it also asks, why does it take so long to make the video guides? Well, the best explanation is, if you imagine going back to school and having to do research projects, imagine having to do like research projects where you have to do an essay, except you have to do all of the experiments yourself because there's no research from other people to learn about. Like the State of Decay 2 wiki is extremely underdeveloped. And then on top of that, you've got the visual elements. So you've got to come up with the experiments yourself, record and document all the experiments. You have to come up with what experiments would be meaningful as well. Like you have to devise, like, you know, what comparison would best illustrate how good a particular skill is. And then you also have to capture the video. I'll get rid of these guys real quick. You've got to record the video and then assemble it both in terms of an essay that you're presenting and also as a visual. And not like a PowerPoint. Like doing like a PowerPoint presentation, that'd be so much easier. Because you wouldn't have to worry about like dead air. Like you wouldn't have to worry about using repetitive viewing images. Yeah, and then like on top of that, when you're doing a research project, you don't have to worry about being entertaining. You don't have to worry about like, is the thing I'm making so boring? Is it such a... The drudgery is so great, because it's like, it's just your teacher reading it, and you probably don't care if your teacher finds it boring. You just care if your teacher's going to give you a good grade or not. Or you're just trying to get through the bare minimum requirement of it. But in this case, we do have to be concerned about the entertainment value. And even if it's not super entertaining, it just can't be like absolute drudgery. Like, it has to have a certain pacing to it. So, like, it's basically like every single one of those guides is like doing an extra difficult research project that you don't really have a lot of backup on. Like, you don't have the kind of you are the resource. Like, if people were going to do a similar kind of video, they would probably watch your video as a point of reference, because there's no other references. Like, I don't have, like, a Wikipedia page to look on.
Hey, I got an offer for you. Do you want to meet up?
And that's what makes it, that's why it's so time-consuming. There's also the fact that I don't work as diligently on it as I probably could. But that's more of a me thing than any. I mean, that's how I was in school as well. I was not the guy who was given a research project and then immediately started working on it. I was the guy who, with like 2 or 3 days left, was still like, you know what? I'll wait another day, and I would do it all the day before. That was the kind of student I was, and while I have gotten better about that, I still am a procrastinator. There's just no way around that. It's even worse because I don't have deadlines. You know, with a school, you have a deadline, and if you don't turn it in, well, then, you know, you either get a big fat F, or if they do let you turn it in late, it's usually something like every day later that you turn it in, it gets like a 10% grade penalty, so like 1 day late and the best you can get is a 90%. I know one time I was so late on a project that I turned it in for like a 50% F, like that was the best it could get, and I'm just like, whatever, we'll turn it in anyways, because they're getting like 30 to 40% of the project's weight is better than 0%. I was definitely not the most diligent of students in school, which is funny because I'm basically doing schoolwork. That's basically what those videos are. They basically are schoolwork. Oh my gosh, get away from these stinking zombies. What about this fuel? Yeah, fuel can go in. Let's go ahead and throw this crap in. Now we need to burn these out. So here's the one that was like weird and we couldn't get to it.
You in here?
Oh, that's that same mysterious quest where they got overtaken by zombies. Okay, so here's the infestation. Let's get out and deal with these guys. Ooh, one-hit kills. Very nice. As usual, it's super dark at night and it's very, very hard to see. Let's see if we can actually clean the infestation this time. Is that him right there? Oh, come on.
Not happening. Not to alarm you, but we've got a few too many infestations around here.
Wow. We'll let him have the doors. That's not too big a deal. A juggernaut as well, jeez. Call the sniper support just in case. Also call in stuck. Fortunately, we have specifically landed on the driver's side.
Yeah, we're one step away from
That's not good. Well, that's why we have this. Even more. Jeez, what a insane night. What an insane night. Hey, time to return to base real quick. How do we get back to base? Take the left.
Can somebody help?
Okay, so it looks like we are going to have a, what do you call it, a salvage mission. We're going to have to go get our vehicle back. And this amount of fuel should get us back as well. That was basically like the perfect storm of bad things. Fortunately, the perfect storm of bad things has happened enough times that I can still think forwards about what I need to do. Okay, so we are officially back. Probably gonna use this vehicle. We'll fix this vehicle up and use it.
Good to see you.
Get back indoors.
What's going on, hon?
Get out of my way. Okay. So what do we need? We need probably a few repair kits. 1, 2. Go ahead and move them in here. This vehicle up and running. This thing doesn't have very good trunk space, only 4.
I hope the gift we delivered will in some small way say thank you for the sheriff's ingenuity and courage in keeping our town safe.
Still pretty beat up, but not much we can do about that. I mean, I don't want to spend too much resources on it. Let's get a...
Horde heading our way, but we can handle it without you.
Oh, let's protect our base real quick.
Come on, people, let's fight! Because if we have a choice,
Go grab the BFG in case. Get some juggernauts. This is one thing I really like about backpacking is I can carry all this gear and I'm still not in the red. Grab a little bit of pyro launcher ammo as well.
Keep holding them off.
Playing golf is too boring for me. But hey, throw a few Zeds on the course and I might be up for it.
Hey, that freak might be trouble. Beat before more of them get That better be the end of them, or I'm gonna be pissed. Always said hope the Duckers.
It removes the bloaters. We got a screamer. Yep, we still got more stragglers coming in. Okay, that's the screamer.
so we live to die another day.
Okay, we're clear. Oh my gosh, this is just completely in the way. So now we can drop some of our gear off. Gonna use. We're not gonna use that. But this can all stay. Get a few extra arrows.
I'm really glad I can be a part of this family.
I hope the vehicle isn't still on its side. I mean, I might be able to get into the vehicle and then use the stuck command, but I'm not sure. We'll bring 2 of these for quick repair. Another bloater, jeez. Have him not make a sound. Okay, let's call in a gasoline. Fill it up. Alright, so where did the vehicle wind up? There it is right there. So it still has about 40% of its fuel. Get my bolt back. And here's a bolt. Take that too. So we still have that guy here. I don't know where the ferals are. There was a group here, and then there was a group around here. Maybe I should actually bring some extra pyro launcher ammo. And I might bring a med kit. If this were daytime, that would be so much easier. So much easier. So, do we want to kill the Juggernaut? Do we want to approach from this direction and kill the Maybe what we'll do is begin working on the infestations first. And work our way over there. I think that's not a bad idea. It's not like, you know, we're not gonna like just crawl over and like fall over and die if we don't have the broken Trekker back. It's not like a do or die thing. Like, we will get it back, but we don't need it back like right at this exact moment. We're getting a little too close.
Can you do it?
Okay, that was like... that rolling head was distracting me. I'm like, what? I hear footsteps. Okay, let's lure him out. There's 2 of the Screamers, which is our main target. Take a pretty good throw. Throw another one in right there. Pretty good throw. A decent number of them left. No Screamers, though.
We might actually luck out with this place.
Where are they? I think they're outside the building. Normally I would have heard their breathing by now if they were inside. As usual, nighttime making this much harder than it needs to be. There's one. There we go. I know people love those, like, really tense moments. I haven't had very many of those, like, compared to the very beginning of the game when I didn't really understand how to play too well. I had a lot more of those close calls. I know that's what people like, seeing those, oh my god, it's a close call, like, what's going to happen? The problem is that my playstyle involves avoiding those. That's the main issue, is the way I like to play games is to be risk-averse. Not so risk-averse that I don't take risks, but risk-averse enough that I don't enter into those situations too frequently. This character's getting tired, meaning we should probably switch out. The other reason I like destroying these infestations first is it does waste some of the nighttime. Waste some of the night doing something that's much less dangerous than potentially dealing with 3 or more ferals and a juggernaut trying to recover a destroyed vehicle. Vehicle has some sensitive turning. Am I going the right way? Technically. You can take a turn right here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Used to that turning.
I'm way too old to be dealing with dumbass shit like this. You wanna come back and say that to my face?
It looks like they lost interest. Okay, now we can bring someone else out. Gonna have to be someone else who has backpacking, which is not a problem since a lot of our guys have backpacking. You watching the screen, Kent? Like, are you watching me move the mouse cursor or the selection cursor around? For some reason, my cat is just staring at the TV. Who else has backpacking? This guy does. Ladislaw, you volunteer. We need someone with a little higher skill level since this is a potentially dangerous mission. Of course, you send me to the back. Okay. I mean, another thing we could do, we could use the scent block, but I think it'll be a little more interesting to not use the scent block. That would be an excellent use of it, though. Little extra ammo. Let's bring in these 2 things. And then get our... these out. Oh, he doesn't have it. He doesn't have resourcefulness, so he doesn't carry things quite as efficiently. He carries the weight well, but not the stack sizes. Here's our first target. Medium-sized infestation. Kind of interesting how this episode kind of segued into its own adventure. Wow, that's a lot of just regular everyday zombies just wandering around. Maybe we won't hit this one, we'll hit this one instead. Okay, so we can confirm the Juggernaut is still there. Yeah, I just heard the feral. Man, look at all these contacts. Like, there are so many zombies in the general area. It's insane. It is actually insane. Okay, let's keep looking. Because it's just, there's no safe area to get out to begin attacking those infestations there. So let's actually go for the car instead.
Have some news to share.
There's gotta be basically, there's gotta be a hole in where the zombies are. They can't be everywhere. And I think that's a really big part of playing Nightmare Zone is searching for opportunities. Like if it's a bad place to get out, if it's not a good opportunity, then you should just keep looking. Like you'll find an opportunity if you keep looking. What I want to do is just kind of drive through this area slowly. See if the ferals are still here.
Hey, anybody here?
Get this guy off.
No, I'm too late. You've turned.
Creating... Oh, he's on the back of the vehicle. Interesting. He
Well, there's nothing here.
fling him off. I don't need these quests activating and stuff. Okay, I think we can get out. Emphasis on think. This is where scouting comes in handy. We can get a basic idea of how dangerous the area is. Is this guy down the hill? This guy that's on the radar? I think he is. Okay, so we can flip the vehicle. I forgot you can do that. It's like you got Spartan strength from Halo out of nowhere. Okay, there he is. There's his head. Get it completely repaired? I don't know if that's completely repaired, but basically in good shape. Next we'll check the... Oh, cool. So that thing just cleaned itself?
Killing zombies is exciting, but it's not action movie exciting.
I really do not care, Mackie. Like, I just want to exile him because I'm so sick of him. I know, like, Trey Graypaws is like, oh, but you can keep him around. It bothers me. I've been playing this game so long. The repetitive dialogue actually starts to get on my nerves. That's something that actually does begin to bother me. Like, one of the things I wish you could do in this game is just tell people, no, like, we're not doing that, and you need to shut up or I'm going to kill you. There's a bunch of zombies. Okay, is there... looks like they've kind of thinned out over here. This area is fairly safe to get out. Safe enough. Ladislaw has auto mechanics, so he actually has the 50% vehicle stealth. Normally, those zombies there would have heard the car engine, but because we have vehicle stealth, they didn't. We're a little farther away than I'm happy with, though. And I can tell that the night is lifting, so it actually was a good idea to kind of muck around a little bit. Push this guy. This is a pretty big infestation. Toss this out. What are they screaming about, I wonder? So we now know that they scream, so that means that we're gonna watch the radar for the directions they're converging in.
I'm your Huckleberry.
Who is this?
My name is Kelly Eldridge III, but you can call me Sasquatch.
I don't know that call sign. Are you with Red Talon?
Ma'am, I'm with America and freedom. But if you need someone to go into the shit and find your men, then yeah, I'm with Red Talon.
Is getting angry even worth it anymore? Why do you always put other people
Let's
ahead of
throw another distraction out. You need to stay over there, zombie. You're not invited. Burn them. Okay, these guys are gonna come across me. Man, we killed a ton of zombies there, and the infestation is still not clear. In particular, the Dreamers are still alive. Okay, we're gonna have to deal with this horde. Look at all those zombies behind them, too, jeez. That sounded like a juggernaut. Kind of in the distance, though, so... Got the zombie on the side. Let's toss. Good, they're still spreading the fire. They're sharing the love. They're sharing my burning love for them. Oh, these guys have helmets on. I'll shoot one of them to try and... Oh, wow. I figured it would at least stagger him. Well, if we ping the one in the back, that'll get him to turn around.
That won't work.
Really? One SWAT zombie down. And I just pick him up and don't finish him off for some reason. Okay, that's one of them. Where's the last one at? I hear him. Flashlight is just not cutting it. Let's just run around and look.
I can still hear them crawling around.
Don't tell me this one's bugged too. And the thing is, we would have detected them with scouting by now. So this one must be bugged. That's annoying. That's the bug. Oh wait, maybe that's him.
Infestations
Oh,
could have been
man.
a problem, but we stepped up and took care of it.
That was fortunate. I was worried that was going to be another bugged infestation. Of course, he stops. I'm surprised I hit him first. I thought he was going to get his little quick attack on me. We still have enough for the final one. Let's go ahead and get him. How are we doing on supplies? That puts our materials back up to where they should be. And then we need to go look for some food, which we got a little tartan mart there, so that's fine. Ugh. Is this an infestation? Let's run them over. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and activate our sniper support.
Need
That'll,
a sniper to keep
because
you
this guy, we're luring him away, which improves the odds of the sniper randomly choosing to shoot him. Come on. Now that's not going to work as well because we got back to the horde. There's two of them. Come on. Come on, sniper. We'll run this guy over. That's one. This was an outdoor infestation, it seems. Okay. Let's get the distraction out. Let's see. Okay, they got him.
Okay, I know. You can take this from here.
Little short. There we go.
They're here. I'll make them comfy until you can talk to them.
That scream brought a lot of extra enemies in. Our last Molotov, so let's try to get them all together on this one. Or most of them, at least. We can pick the last of them off. That gets the majority of them. 4, 3, 2, 1 left. Okay, we're clean. It took some effort, but we did it. I'll tell you one thing I hate about my videos is whenever I concentrate, I just cannot have an animated speaking voice when I'm concentrating. It just does not happen unless I'm reacting to something really stupid. But when I'm not reacting to something really stupid, it's just I hate how monotonous I sound. And it's like, oh, people are like, oh no, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. But it still bothers me as typically the greatest critic of my own. Typically I am the greatest critic of my own work. So, all right, now we can continue what we were doing. Go to the Tartan Mart. Oh, come on. There we go. The ones in the back real quick, because they're close enough. There should be an enemy, like, right in front of me. But there's not.
Yeah.
Check the other door. Thank you.
No more deadheads here. We could use this.
Food. Just what we were looking for. Oh, medicine too. This is a very generous location. They better give me some generosity after that. And where is the last one? Here it is.
That's it?
Next. Why not? Okay, let's see. Other food area. Right over here, so we don't even need to bring the car there. We can just run.
Yeah, that's... No deadheads left around here.
So people are warning me about the barricaded strip mall. They're saying that the game's AI doesn't do very well in it. And I'm definitely going to take that. I'm going to remember that when I go there. But I'm going to go anyways, just so that if it does have bad AI, I want people to see it so that they can know that. Plus, if I re-review the bases, which, I mean, let's get real here. Like, there's so many videos on my list of things to do. It's extremely overwhelming to tackle everything. But I would want to know that. I would need to go in every single base again, basically. So when we rotate between the maps, I will want to live in different locations each time. Chemicals, why not? Okay, we got 2 rucksacks of food. Probably need maybe 3 or 4 of them. More materials. I think we're okay on materials, though. Where's the map bit? Auto repair. Here we go. Another restaurant. Actually, since it's quieter, let's go ahead and refuel. When am I going to do the State of Decay 1 series? Like, that's very soon. Like, what I need to do is, I need to record the last episode of Deltarune. Like, it's like, there's something preventing me from doing it. Like, there's something, I haven't identified what it is, but there's I can sense it inside of myself, that there's just something that is causing me to procrastinate very heavily on it. Even though it should be a great episode, because I'm going to fight the secret end boss of, or the secret... Not an end boss, but... Oh, come on, I can't believe that didn't connect. I'm going to fight the extra boss in Deltarune, who is extremely difficult. I've only beaten him once, so it should be pretty funny watching me attempt to figure out how to defeat him. But the reason I need to do it is because like, I need to get through it. It needs to get done. It's been bothering me for a really long time that I haven't seen it through to the end. And I know that Deltarune Chapter 2 is not going to be out for a pretty long time. The guy who's making the series is, he says he's made a lot of progress on it, but he's still some significant ways off. And people ask me, like, what games am I looking forwards to since E3, and really the only game I'm looking forwards to is the second chapter of Deltarune. But that's the only game that I can comfortably say that I'm willing to get hyped up for, because I don't like getting hyped up for games and then get let down by them. And I have a lot of faith in Deltarune, so, like, I have no problem getting hyped up for that. If it does let me down, oh, that'll be painful. Carton Mart. Loot that one. We'll go home and maybe we'll change bases. Prepare to change bases. I might gear up and prep for the base change, and then we'll actually change bases next episode. Time to squish a wimp. All right. Try this door. Oh,
Yeah, that's locked.
try this door. Yep.
Cleared this one out.
We can unlock this door. That's only has two, so that's convenient. Okay. When we go to Drucker County, I will be activating the Rousey protocols, meaning I will try to help people. I may give myself a grace period, like at least allow me to get my base set up, but or I might attempt to do them even while the base is being set up. You know, we'll see. But I know people liked it when I went out of my way to try to help people, because it did lead to some really difficult moments. That's Mare Valley. Okay, that's Drucker County. Okay, so we basically got everything. That should stockpile our base back up to very close to full. If not, either full or very close to full. And then we can say goodbye to Cascade Hills and hello to Drucker County. Unfortunately. I wish I could say hello to Trumbull Valley, because that would have been nice if they added that as a permanent map addition. I think that was a huge missed opportunity. I don't think anyone was thinking that, oh man, if we get a new map, it's going to be a standalone experience that is isolated to the DLC. So I think that was disappointing. Much in the same way as I don't think anyone expected co-op in State of Decay to be something where you're like tied to distance between the host, which also I think disappointed a lot of people. I mean, it was still better than not having co-op, but it also wasn't what I would consider. I don't think it met people's expectations. And I also don't think people had unfairly high expectations either. I think they had pretty normal expectations. Come on. So hard to hit enemies when their back is turned with crossbow.
I'm on my last mag here.
No noise, please. Wow, screamers. You try to knock him down. Man. I tried to knock him down, but...
That's my last magazine.
Stuff in the base. One more in. Anyone else getting nosy? This guy is just crawling around. There we go. Okay, so we can't put the food in, so let's go ahead and put that... What 3 cars are we taking? We're taking the survey car, we're taking the Brogan, and then we're gonna take the van. Let's go ahead and get everything outfitted for the next episode, which is going to be actually moving in, so let's get everything repaired first. Everything repaired and refueled. Let's put this stuff back in the base. Fuel is fine. A little beat up. Good. Get this one repaired again because it's lost some of its windows. Doesn't need a refuel just yet, but let's put a fuel in the back. Also, let's drive this further away so that we don't risk the game getting confused on what vehicle it wants to bring. I thought I knocked him down. Did they just shoot the window off of my vehicle again? Thank you. Thank you.
These folks trust us. Be on your best behavior, okay?
What does Eugene want?
Done and done.
I'll take his crap and then I will send him on his way. What does he want to do? Chemical? Yeah.
Okay, your call.
Meh. Who are these zombies coming into my base over here? You know, I've been in this base long enough that I could do a nightmare reanalysis on this base. Like I should probably make some arrows. Little low on parts, but not too bad because when we change bases, it's gonna deconstruct all of our stuff. We'll have plenty of parts. And parts are always the most prolific of resources, so we can always find more parts. I don't really care to be like topped off on parts. But yeah, that means next episode on to Drucker County. So, man, so today we did have that close call. It was, I don't know where all the ferals went. And we didn't deal with the Juggernaut, didn't have to deal with them. We did get the vehicle back. Fortunately, the ferals didn't jump on the hood. That would have been... Fortunately, the ferals... The zombies tend to get onto the vehicle on the side that they're facing. Like, they don't prioritize getting on the hood, which is good, because... Like, you want to talk about a vehicle going down fast, like, let some ferals get on the hood, that vehicle is toast. But, yeah, we burned out some of those infestations before we went. Probably was pointless now that I think about it.
One day at a time. That's how.
But it was still fun to do. I enjoy burning infestations. It's not that big of a deal. And while we were there, we did grab some resources. You know, we grabbed a few materials. We grabbed some food. Our stockpile is looking okay. Like, obviously, we could be a little better on materials, a little better on fuel, but I'm not going to stress out over, like, having everything. Oh, look at that. Our parts are 747, like the airliner type. Even the parts, our parts could be over 1,000. I'd feel a little better about that. But I'm not going to stress out over it too much. I don't want to, like, micromanage the game to what I would consider an excessive level. But that is that. We're going to be heading to, what do you call it? What's the name of that map? Drucker County, and we're going to be moving. I'm probably not even going to set up the initial base. I'm probably just going to immediately drive over to the barricaded strip mall and move into it immediately since we have the influence for it. And yeah, then we'll get working on things there. Like, we'll set up the base, we'll reactivate the Rousey protocols. You'll know it because I'll put his, I'll put a PNG of his sprite. If you don't remember who Rousey is, just look at the thumbnails on the Season 4, the Sheriff Legacy, and you'll see his character there. But, yep, that's what we're going to be doing. And, well, that's it. Thanks for watching. Like this video if it was entertaining. Subscribe for future State of Decay 2 content. Of course, remember that you don't have to be good to get good.